They lean on you. It's like carrying a sack of potatoes all over the place. And these linemen from Padua are big, and once they get their hands on you, they're going to push you around a little bit.
Marquise Hall, 5'11", 170 pounds. Again, he's a sophomore, 1,100 yards coming into tonight's game. Tusai looks to throw and complete, but no yardage after the catch as the tackle was made by Leo Hess from his linebacker spot.
Nice job by the Tigers secondary. All over the receivers. They catch the ball, and the Tigers are on them.
Now they'll go with a 4 receiver set, 2 to each side. Roderick Love, one of the freshman receivers was the one who made that catch. 3rd down and 5 from the 34-yard line. Tusai looks left side, has a receiver. He's got some space, and it's caught by Roderick Love. The freshman got some space and a first down for the Bruins.
Looked like it was a miscommunication by the Tigers in the secondary. Somebody got loose, got behind him. Big pass play. Tiger defense is going to be tested tonight.
Ball now at the Tiger 31-yard line.
For a young team, Brian, they're very well disciplined.
Go back to the ground, go back to Hall, and Hall breaks some tackles down to the 20, and he'll have another first down, as we have not seen that very much in the games that we have seen the Tigers. They're usually a pretty sure tackling team.
Yeah, missed tackles will make you look really bad. Right now, the Tiger defense is on their heels. Padua is putting the pressure on them.
Mike Polovasic says that Marquise Hall is a very special running back, and he has the ability to do just what we saw there, make players miss. Now he spins inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Mekhi Bradley in on the stop. Named this week as the OCC Defensive Player of the Year.
Tigers are working in the red zone. Their backs are against the wall. Somebody on that defense needs to come up with a big play. Big sack.
2nd down and 9 as we approach the 3.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Mekhi Bradley leading that defense has had an outstanding season. Tusai looks to throw, swings it out. Caught by Freddie Borky. Borky, a sophomore tight end, and he gets a few yards.
Nice coverage by the Tigers. As soon as the receiver catches the ball, the Tigers are there to take them down.
3rd and 6 for the Bruins.
So we talk about how young this team is. They start 2 freshmen and 5 sophomores on the offensive side of the ball, led by Tusai and Marquise Hall. And you know what that tells me? As the years go by, Bruce, this team is going to get even better.
Oh, as a game goes by, every game.
Tusai back to throw. And a little high. He was trying to get Borky.
Looked like a tight end screen. Miscommunication. Dropped it a little bit high, as you said. Looks like a field goal try now.
So it's now 4th down and 6. And see if they go ahead and send out the kicking unit.
That was a nice stop by the Tigers. After the big pass and the big run, the Tigers toughened up in the red zone, forcing a field goal.
33-yard attempt for Greg Waisel.
A 33-yard field goal by senior Greg Waisel.
Well, now they're going to go for it.
Tigers got it covered.
And they just batted it down, so no points on that drive for the Bruins. And if you're a coach in that situation, do you gamble that early or do you get the sure points?
Well, as a coach over there, you know what type of team you have. And maybe they're not the best at kicking field goals. Maybe they want to put 6. You know, you only have so many opportunities to score. And when you're down in there as a coach, you itch for that 6-point touchdown. And if your field goal kicker's been having trouble, had a bad week, didn't do it in practice, you know better than anybody else in the stands, go for the fake.
So now the Tigers go back to 4 receivers, 2 on each side. And Brock Hill will take the offense on 1st and 10 at the Mansfield Senior 16-yard line. Hill looks to throw, looks left side, has a receiver, and it's overthrown on the far sideline as he was trying to connect with Lala Owens.
And what a nice pass. It was thrown deep. One of the things I really liked there was the pass protection that Brock had that time. The first couple times he tried to throw the pass, Padua was all over him. They even sacked him. Now the offensive line's doing a little bit better job. Brock's able to look over the field.
Sophomore Jameer Petty now in the backfield with Brock Hill. Tigers with a 2nd down and 10 after Padua on a fake field goal were denied by the Tigers, and Petty with nowhere to go as he runs into the arms of Anthony Perry.
Yeah, we had a little bit of penetration. Anytime Padua takes that white jersey they're on and they go on the other side of the line of scrimmage, somebody missed the block because that's not supposed to happen.
So 3rd down and 12 and another passing situation for the Tigers as we go under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Padua's on a blitz right now. Here they come. Watch out.
Hill steps up, feels the pressure, and he's going to be dropped at the 15-yard line. And again, it was Anthony Perry with the pressure, and the Tigers go quietly here, Coach, and they're going to have to punt it away with 1:27 to go.
Yeah, they're going to have to get together on the sideline. Senior high has a great coaching staff. When you're getting pressure in the backfield like that, you have options. You start throwing some screens. You start rolling your quarterback out. You've got to get him away from that pressure.
So Brock Hill will kick it from inside the 5-yard line. It's a low kick, taken from the 49. And some running room down the near side and shoved out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Benicio Roman, the senior.
One of the things your punt coach always works on is contain the back. Once he catches that ball, you got to contain him. Force him into the middle of the field where all your defensive players are. That time Padua got outside. Nobody there. Nice return by Padua.
So the Bruins with a short field with 51 seconds to go. No score.
We're going to find out how tough this defense is tonight, Brian.
Tell you the defense I've been impressed with is the Bruins. Hall with some room, cuts inside the 20, still on his feet to the 15, and finally stood up there. Marquise Hall just with some quick feet.
One of the nice things is for Padua, that offensive line, all they're doing is opening up a seam, and it's a read offense. The back just reads the hole, and he runs the daylight, and they're doing it very well.
1st and 10, just over the 15-yard line. They go back to Hall, and Hall, this time a flag is down, and Hall is down at the 14-yard line, and it's going to be it's like a penalty against Padua.
Yeah, senior high is getting a little penetration, and the easiest way to stop penetration is to tackle your defensive guy and put him on the ground. Unfortunately, you can't do that when you're on offense.
So the penalty moves the ball out to the 29-yard line. Trips now to the right.
It'll be 1st and 24 for the Bruins.
Now down to 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. This will probably be the last play. Tusai with the fake. They try to set up a screen. Hall cuts back, and he runs right into Ricky Mills along with Leo Hess. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. No score from Arlen Field as the Tigers look to advance in Week 12 of the 2021 high school football season. You're watching high school playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Second quarter.
The Bruins with the ball, 2nd and 27 from the Tiger 27-yard line as we start the second quarter.
At the Mansfield
That was a fast first quarter, Brian. I think the Tigers had the ball, 2 possessions? But I got to take my hat off to Padua, doing a very good job.
And the young players seem to be ready to play on this stage. Tusai over the middle, and it's picked off. No, it's incomplete. Almost picked off as Amar Davis, the sophomore, one of the youngsters for Chokey Bradley, stepped into the passing lane.
Wow, big play for the Tigers there. And they need something like that. Right now, the offense is struggling, so what do? You count on your defense to get the ball back for you.
There's some of the Tiger faithful out here on a cool night. 40 degrees. All I care about is it's dry. And I really hope it's dry tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different atmosphere down at West Jeff.
Bruce and I will be going down to West Jefferson tomorrow as Northmore travels down there to take on the Rough Riders.
But this is where the Tiger defense has stood up all year long in that red zone. They are tough. When their back's against the wall, they make it happen.
3rd down and 22. Tusai feels the pressure, lofts it up into the end zone, and this could be trouble. It's picked off. That was an interception, and that was by Amar Davis.
And that's what we said. The Tiger defense needs to make something happen, and they did it. And one thing you talked about a lot, Brian, is that they have a young team, a young receiving core, and they're throwing the ball against one of the better secondaries in the state right now, and things are going to happen.
Amar Davis with his 4th interception of the season, and that was one of the concerns that Mike Polovasic had about his young quarterback. He says he'd like to see him develop his decision-making. He has the physical tools, but as we saw there in that interception, he threw it into double coverage. Now it's Brock Hill's turn to see if he can get the Tigers back down the field and make the Bruins pay for the mistake. Short gain up to the 25-yard line. First catch of the night for Avion Gross.
And that was a good example of that last play, offensive play for Padua. The difference between Brock Hill. If Brock Hill was running that and he saw all that green in front of him,
run.
He's running the ball. Well, you've got a young quarterback. He doesn't know. He tried to throw it. He should have ran it.
2nd down and 5. Jameer Petty, the sophomore, behind Brock Hill. Trips to the right. And Miles Bradley, the lone receiver on the left side. Hill in trouble. And Hill flushed out, gets up to the 24-yard line, so just short of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Tigers are going to do something about that pass rush. To beat a pass rush like they're receiving right now, you throw short passes, you throw screens, you even run a draw. But you've got to slow down those front four defensive players for Padua because they're just teeing off, making things happen.
3rd down and 6. Hill, they looked to set up a screen, but it was incomplete, and we should have had a flag, perhaps for a late hit, but the officials keep it in their pocket.
Letting them play a little bit.
You see the pressure, and we have not seen this kind of pressure on Brock Hill all season long.
And, you know, they're doing what they have to do. They cannot let Brock stand back there and pick you apart. And what happens is once they force him out of the pocket, the linebackers are coming up, and he's got nowhere to go.
And the young secondary is doing a nice job on the receivers as well. Vinicio Roman with no return as he is brought down inside the 35-yard line.
As a coach, I've been in these situations before when your offense is struggling. And what you do is you put more and more emphasis on your defense. Your defense has got to start to control the game now. They got to get a turnover. They got to block a punt. They've got to get an interception. They have to make something happen to help this offense move the football.
9:59 to go in the second quarter. The Tigers with only 10 yards of total offense.
Padua defense is tough.
They stay on the ground. This time the give is to Caden Fyock.
Big stop by the Tigers.
He still gets a couple. 2nd down and 8. Fyock had 137 yards on the ground last week and scored a touchdown against Cleveland Central Catholic, so he is a very capable backup to Marquise Hall.
Hope Marquise isn't hurt. He's on the sidelines over there. He really hurt the Tigers.
2nd down and 8. They go back to Fyock, and he's brought down by Miles Bradley at the 41-yard line.
One of the big plays that hurt senior high last week was when Lexington was able to pull the backside guard and tackle. Well, Padua saw the video, saw that, and that last play, they pulled the backside guard and tackle. Exact same play as Lex ran that hurt the Tigers. Tigers were ready for it this time.
There's an injured player on the field for Padua. 9:06 to go. No score here in the second quarter. Brian Harder, Bruce Wyrick from Arlen Field, the Division III Region 10 regional semifinal between Padua Franciscan, the number 5 seed, taking on the Tigers, the number 4 seed. The winner of tonight's game will take on either Norton or Holy Name. Norton, the number 1 seed in this region. And that could be a really good matchup next week should the Tigers take care of business tonight and then take on the number 1 seed Norton Panthers.
The one thing I've really been impressed with so far, Brian, this Padua team does not play like they've got freshmen and sophomores on these lineups. They are doing an outstanding job out there. Hats off to their coaching staff.
Boy, this is not a good sign at all for Franciscan. And trying to see, looks like it's number 63, Isaiah Allen, a sophomore, as he's being helped off the field. The Bruins opened the regular season with a 20-0 loss to Holy Name, then won 7 in a row, then lost their season finale to Walsh Jesuit 38-0. So they had sandwiched shutouts there and then had a 7-game winning streak.
And that's your young team, but when you play the schedule they play, and they played a tough one, you're just getting better and better. And right now their defense is doing a heck of a job.
Avion Gross and the Tigers looking to get their 7th win in a row, and they've got their hands full tonight against the number 5 seed Bruins. 3rd down and 6 from the 42-yard line. Tusai steps up, left side, it's picked off. The second interception of the first half for the Tigers. This one by Jayante Bryant, the sophomore.
And we just talked about it, Brian. When your offense is struggling, what do? You put more pressure on your defense to get the ball back, and bingo, interception time. The Tigers are in Padua territory. Let's see if the offense can get rolling now.
Bryant now with a team-high 7 interceptions on the season, and the defense for the Tigers is giving them another opportunity here with 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Now they go with 4 receivers on the left side, and Brock Hill in the backfield by himself. Miles Bradley with single coverage wide right. Hill looks to Bradley. Up to the 35, to the 30. He's got a first down.
Nice passing. When you're having trouble with a pass rush coming at you, you throw the short ball. You throw the short one. Get it to your receiver. Let him get the first down, which Miles can do with no problem.
Hill threw 3 touchdowns last week, all of them to Miles Bradley.
Look for Bradley to go deep here soon.
Same set, 4 receivers on that left side. Hill back to throw again. Looks, and this one was almost picked off, in and out of the hands of Devin Shaw Mason.
Little bit of miscommunication. Maybe the receiver is supposed to come to a halt, run a different route, but he threw it behind him. Lucky that wasn't picked off, Brian.
He was looking for Bradley.
Anytime you get Miles Bradley on the sideline, one-on-one with a receiver, it's an automatic throw to him.
Hill back to throw. Now he looks to his left, and he finds Avion Gross at the 10-yard line, but it's incomplete. That was a tough catch by Gross. It brings up 3rd and 10.
Brock Hill put it where you had to, though. He couldn't have put it higher. Put it right on the numbers, a little bit low. Almost had it. I thought we came up with it.
Michael Harrell on the coverage.
I'm impressed with this young team from Padua.
Tigers now with a 3rd and 10. Hill dumps it off to Bradley, but again, Bradley had to come back and get it, and he got nothing after the reception as Lamont Davis comes up to make the stop, and in fact, he lost a yard. It'll be 4th and 11.
This is a situation, do you go for it? Do you kick the field goal? I know senior high field goal kicker's been out here before the game. He was kicking them from here. Looks like the Tigers are going to take a shot at it, though.
Sean Putt is 9 of 11 on the season. His longest is 35 yards, but they're going to stay with the offense. This would be about a 47-yard attempt, so the Tigers will go for it on 4th and 11. Hill steps up away from the pressure. He's got some room, and he's got the first down inside the 20-yard line, and that's what Padua did not want to see happen, is Brock Hill beat them with his legs.
And that's what Brock Hill does. He can do that, and he can destroy a defense just by his feet. He gets away from a couple would-be sackers, and he's up the sidelines, first down. That's your senior leadership, Brian.
So the drive stays alive. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. They'll split 2 receivers to each side. Ricky Mills now back in the backfield. That is what the Bruins wanted to guard against, was Brock Hill able to make plays on the run. Looks left side. It's caught. That's Miles Bradley fighting for extra yardage. He's down inside the 10. He's about a yard shy of the first down.
Nice throw, nice catch. One-on-one isolation. Miles out there one-on-one with the defensive back. Throw him the ball, let him run for touchdown.
Ryan King holding on for dear life, making the tackle. 2nd down and 1.
Brock Hill moves out of the ball game right now.
Now they bring Avion Gross up into like a wildcat look. We saw this last week against Lexington. He'll run it left side. And he has stood up at the 7-yard line.
I think Padua is a very well-coached team. Nothing's going to surprise them. Senior High has run this formation in the past.
He got the first down, so it's 1st and goal.
Padua was ready for it.
It's a good look at Jesse Hayes, a 6'7" defensive end, 220. Gross gives it to Petty, tries to bounce outside, but he cannot get away from Anthony Perry. So the sophomore for the Tigers unable to get away from the speed on the perimeter for Padua, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Padua's matching them speed for speed. Brock's back into the ball game.
2nd and goal from the 9.
See if Miles down here all by himself, one-on-one, gets a look.
He's going to look left side, lofts it up towards Bradley. It's tipped and incomplete. He could not come down with it.
Oh, that was a great play. Inches away from the fingertips and a touchdown.
This would have been a nice catch if Bradley would have hauled this in. As you see it tipped, as it was knocked away by Ryan King. 3rd and goal.
Tigers are knocking on the door. Can they get in?
Now they have Mills and Petty in the backfield with Brock Hill. Hill again looks left side again for Bradley. That's going to be incomplete again. Ryan King on the coverage.
Nice job by the defensive back from Padua. Knocked the ball down.
So now it's 4th and goal, and this time they will go for the field goal. This is a manageable kick. A 37-yard attempt by Sean Putt.
The way these two defenses are playing, this could be the only points of the night.
There's movement, and I think it's going to be a false start against the Tigers, so this is going to move it back.
You move back too far, Chokey will put his offense back in.
So now it'll be a 32-yard attempt.
Look for Padua to try to get through a seam in the middle to block it. Tigers got to be tough up front.
Kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 4:46 to go in the first half, the Tigers score first and take a 3-0 lead. Those were points I don't think that Chokey Bradley was going to let get away.
No.
And the way these defenses have played, I think you've got to take points when you can get them.
Yeah, if you have a field goal kicker and you have the confidence in him, he pays dividends in the playoff run. It might not be this game, maybe 2 games down the line. He'll win a ball game for you. And this is where he starts to build confidence in his kicking game.
Sean Putt is now 10 of 12 on the season after getting that 32-yarder.
And again, that field goal was set up by the Tiger defense, and the interception gave the Tigers a short field. They struggled to get it in. They took what they could get and kicked the field goal. Bingo. Tigers are up 3-0.
So now the Tigers will kick off with a 3-0 lead. And it's dropped by one of the up men. That's Freddie Borky, the sophomore.
Tigers are kicking it short, Brian. They're not going deep with it. The kickoff is slowly becoming a play that's I don't think is going to be in football much longer. You see the fair catch in college ball. You see the pros starting to do away with it because of the collisions and the concussions that happen on that high-impact play. Slowly going away.
Now 3 receivers wide to the right side, but they stay on the ground. That's Hall. Hall breaks some tackles, cuts back to the 45. Has a first down at the Tiger 45-yard line.
He is so fluent when he runs, Brian. He just waits for his blockers, hides behind them, looks for the cutback. Good football field sense.
He's had a lingering Achilles issue this season, but Mike Polovasic said he's healthy heading into tonight's game, and when he is healthy, he's a very dynamic player, as we have seen here so far in the first half. They swing it out, and that was not how they drew it up. Roderick Love, the freshman.
In fact, if he would have missed the ball, that looked like a backward lateral. That would have been a free ball for anybody. When you throw the ball, if you throw it behind where the quarterback is standing, that's a lateral, not a pass.
There's a little bit of a surprise as the number 1 seed Norton down 7-0 over Holy Name in the second quarter. The winner of that game will take on either the Tigers or the Bruins next week at a neutral site, so we'll keep an eye on that score as the night goes on. Hall near side, cuts back at midfield, wrapped up by Leo Hess, and gets back to the 45-yard line.
Nice job by the defense, pursuing to the short side of the field, shuts the play down after a short gain.
3rd down and 10. I think Tusai trying to gave a little bit of an attempt to try to draw the Tigers offside, but
I like what that offensive line does for Padua. Big bruisers. They use their hands well. Pass protection.
Tusai back to throw. He steps up. He's dropped at the 49-yard line as Malachi Mays got into the backfield.
And that's what the Tiger defense is supposed to do. Pressure that quarterback.
His 6th sack of the season, and it was a big one. So it's going to force a 4th and long, and the Tigers are going to get the ball back with about 2 minutes to go.
And I've seen this Tiger offense with 1 minute to go. They can score with 10 seconds on the clock. Very potential offense.
Now, I know we have home cooking here. The scoreboard says 7-0. It's actually 3-0 as the Tigers got a field goal. There's a whistle and a false start against Padua.
Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
There, they changed it. They must have heard me say something. Little wishful thinking.
From high above Arlen Field, a voice.
Penalty will take the ball back to the 44-yard line where it'll be 4th and 21.
So 4th and 21, we'll try it again.
I still think the Tigers are going to block a punt before the night's over.
Well, they're not going to get that one, but they're going to get a penalty for running into the punter.
Flag on the play.
And I don't know if that's going to be a 5, 10, 15-yard penalty.
Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Now, they called roughing the kicker, so it's 15 yards and an automatic first down. So a big mistake by the Tigers. And they give the Bruins new life with 1:45 to go before the intermission.
Sometimes when you break through there, it's tough to slow down. It's very tough to slow down. And you run into him, your momentum carries you into him. Now, if you can get the ball, touch the ball in any manner, anybody touches it, that kicker's he is now, you're able to hit him, but nobody touched the ball. You hit the kicker, flags are going to fly.
At the half, we'll have our local Project Pro halftime show. We'll take a look at the halftime numbers and the Tiger Marching Band along with the Padua Marching Band. Short completion to Borky at the 35.
Padua has to move the ball, and they got to do it through the air, and it's tough against this Tiger defense right now.
Both teams with 3 timeouts. Second down and 4. Hall just continues to fight, and he has stood up at the 26-yard line. That was a big-time hit by Avion Gross.
Yeah, you come up from your secondary, look like a hit from Jack Tatum back in the old days.
Watch
but
this.
What
He
a
just
play.
stands him up. Boom. That's what you call lowering the boom.
Yeah, we call that a skull hit. You hit somebody like that, you got a skull to put on the side of your helmet.
There's a good look at Avion, headed to Charlotte to continue his football career next year.
And right now, this is a very, very interesting situation. If Padua can score here, they're going to have a little bit of momentum. They're going to come out the second half, play a little defense against the Tigers because the Tigers get the ball. But the Tiger defense has been playing tough down here in the red zone. Let's see if they can keep them out again.
Now, something we don't see a lot, Padua won the opening coin toss, and they elected to receive. So the Tigers will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Sometimes when you have a young team, you know it's better to start your offense, see what you can get. You know the Tigers are going to score. I want to score first.
Tusai swings it out. Left side, it's Borky again. And he gets down inside the 20-yard line. Avion Gross again up to make the play. We're under a minute now. And the Bruins with a second down and 4.
They have plenty of time. Plenty of time with the timeouts they have.
Tusai rolls to his right. Swings it out. And it's caught by Love.
Timeout, Padua.
And they'll stop the clock with 34 seconds to go. Now remember, the young sophomore quarterback has thrown 2 picks already in the first half. And don't think the Tiger secondary, they're well aware of him wanting to go back and make something happen.
One thing you saw there, they're starting to roll their quarterback out. Whenever you roll a quarterback out, he's running away from pressure. It's a little bit easier for a young quarterback. Sprint away from the pressure. Stay away from that Tiger defense. Those front 4 Tiger defensive linemen are starting to tee off and put a little havoc on that quarterback on the pass rush. So what's the coach do? Roll him out. Get him away from the pressure.
The sophomore, 8 of 12, 51 yards, and the 2 interceptions. By comparison, Brock Hill, a very quiet 4 of 10 for 24 yards and no touchdowns, no picks. Third down and short. And here come the Tigers. Hill able to get away, has a first down to the 16-yard line.
Padua in their hurry-up offense.
Tackle by Miles Bradley.
Clock stops while they move the markers.
Ball now at the Mansfield Senior 11. Tusai looking end zone. And it's incomplete. Trying to find Borky.
It does stop the clock, though, Brian. Now you can regroup, take a deep breath, get the play in. There's no rush. And you got 2 shots here. With 13 seconds, you can take a couple shots into the end zone, throw the ball. You don't want to run it because if you run it, you got to use a timeout.
Bruins with 1 timeout.
You want to save it.
Tusai, left side, it's incomplete.
Tried to go back shoulder with it. The receiver supposed to turn back on that. Incomplete. 9 seconds.
Keontae Bradley for the Tigers on coverage.
You take a quick shot to the end zone. If you don't make it, you call timeout, field goal.
3rd down and 10. Tusai feels the heat, and he's dumped at the 24-yard line.
That could be the play of the game, Brian. Play of the first half.
Ricky Mills with the big play for the Tigers. And time has expired, and what a way to end the second half. But wait a minute.
Did the coach call timeout?
Yeah, timeout was called by Padua. The Tigers were starting to run off the field, and the officials were gathered at about the 25-yard line. What a big play by Ricky Mills.
That knocks him out of field goal range. That just about destroys that offense right now. They got one shot going to the end zone.
So 4th down. The ball will be at the 24-yard line, and the Bruins will get one shot.
Field goal try. They faked it last time.
I don't think they're faking it from here.
I don't think so, but it was a shorter field goal earlier. Tigers call timeout.
Greg Waisel with a 41-yard attempt. And Choki Bradley going to ice the kicker a little bit.
Reset the game clock to 4 seconds.
I think they want 4 seconds on the game clock, and the Tiger faithful not very happy about it. There's a good look at the home side of Arlen Field. Very cold night. 40 degrees at kickoff.
Oh, it's football weather, Brian. Football weather.
Now it'll be interesting to see if Choki Bradley decides to call his second timeout.
Padua will attempt a 41-yard field goal by number 41 senior Greg Waisel.
And Choki does call the timeout.
Mansfield, 2 seconds.
Waisel, the senior, will have to wait a couple more seconds here before he can attempt to tie the ball game right before halftime.
You want to ice the kicker. I don't know if this really works. Some kickers, they like it. They relax a little bit. It's called psycho-cybernetics. You just believe you're going to kick it through. You visualize it in your head going through those uprights. I had a wrestling buddy. He used to, every time we go to the tournament, he'd stand on a chair, practice receiving his gold medal, and he won. Psycho-cybernetics. He believed in himself.
Well, I'm imagining it's warm.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's 85 degrees.
I'll give you my heated vest at halftime. I feel cozy. Showtime for the Tigers.
Once again,
Greg Waisel again to attempt the 41-yard field goal attempt. Kick is blocked. And here go the Tigers. Malachi Mays.
Could be.
And he's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown.
No flags.
Now, you said a blocked punt. You didn't say anything about a blocked field goal.
Well, special games plays a big part. There it is.
So the Tigers special teams comes up with a gem right before halftime.
What a change of momentum.
So the Tigers now will try an extra point and look to go up 10-0. Malachi Mays with the return for the touchdown.
And that Tiger defense comes up big.
Sean Putt on to attempt the extra point. That kick is up, and it is good. The Tigers of Mansfield Senior with a 10-0 lead as we head to the intermission. You're watching high school playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast. Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
featuring our color guard, trumpet section, and Dana Axton's on a Latin bass. We hope to warm you up with this summertime classic. Here is the Beach Boys, Surfin' USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the field because it's time to get down to business. The Senior High Marching Band is in the house. We begin our halftime show with school song Across the Field. Was a rough year for everyone, but the pop music of 2020 lived on. Senior High Tiger Marching Band tonight. Senior High Band performed 2020 hits Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, Bang by AJR, Break My Heart by Dua Lipa, Kings and Queens by Ava Max, and Song, CY for Tigers by Percy Hall. Band director Mr. Jeff Freitag, assisted by Mr. Charles Bradley, and Libby Samuels, Flight Tour Advisor. Thank you for your continued support of the Tiger Marching Band.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast. Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Welcome to the local Project Pro halftime show. I am Brian Harder along with Bruce Wyrick. We have got a good one here at Arlen Field. The Tigers with a 10-0 lead at the intermission. And we have spent a lot of time in the first half, Bruce, talking about the youth movement for Padua. And it was a freshman for Mansfield Senior that comes up with, so far, the play of the game right before the half. Padua going for a field goal. He comes up with a block. And Malachi Mays runs 66 yards the other way with the return, and the Tigers go on top 10-0 before the intermission.
All year long, the strength of this Tigers football team has been their defense. And tonight, when the offensive struggle, when they bring the stats up, you're going to see they don't have great stats tonight. But I'll tell you what, that defense is playing head and shoulders above themselves. They've been in the red zone 2 or 3 nights. They've denied Padua the ball. Showtime, Tigers, showtime.
Yeah, if you told me that the Tigers were going to have 41 yards of total offense at halftime and be up 10-0, I would scratch my head. But they have done it with defense and with special teams. They had a field goal to start things off by Sean Putt, a 32-yarder. All their scoring in the second quarter, and the offense has sputtered a little bit, and a lot of credit really has to be given to Padua. They have come out with a very good defensive game plan. They have not allowed Mansfield Senior to run the ball at all, and they've held Brock Hill to 5 of 8. Oh, I'm sorry, Brock Hill 5 of 8 on the ground, 5 carries, 8 yards. Through the air, 4 of 10 for 24 yards. So they have really not been able to get anything going offensively. A couple of penalties, 2 turnovers, though, for Padua has really allowed Mansfield Senior to get things going in that second quarter.
You know, the Tiger offense is struggling right now. And you can say what you want, and the coach can talk about having a lot of freshmen and sophomores, but their defense is playing like juniors and seniors. They are creating havoc, They're forcing Brock Hill off his sweet spot where he loves to throw the ball.
And they're pressuring him.
They're putting pressure on him, which means that offensive line, the Tiger offensive line's got a little work to do this half, because I just think things are going to heat up something fierce here.
The winner of tonight's game will take on number 1 or the number 8 seed, Parma Heights Holy Name, and at the half, Holy Name with a 7-0 lead. So if that stands, that would be a mild upset in this region.
Yeah, but when you start getting down to your best 32 teams in the state, they're all good, Brian. It doesn't matter who you are, and it's just who has a better night. Fumbles, turnovers, a bad play here, an injured player here can change the momentum of the game. And right now, the Tigers are going to get the ball. They're riding high on the field goal. If they could come out and score now and put pressure on Padua and force them to throw the ball to get caught up, Tigers might have a walk-away game.
Padua is familiar with Holy Name. They played them in week 1, and they lost to Holy Name 20-0. And then they went on a 7-game winning streak before losing their season finale. So the Bruins are very familiar with Holy Name, and they know they're a team that could pull the upset here and knock off the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and I look over there at Padua. You would not believe they're playing that many young kids. Are they going to be a force in the future? I think they are.
They start 2 freshmen and 5 sophomores on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side, their leading tackler is freshman linebacker Devin Shaw Mason, who has had a pretty solid game here tonight against Mansfield Senior. His brother was an All-Ohio special mention performer from a year ago, so he was around the program a lot. And Mike Polovasic told me that he was a kid that just kind of eats, drinks, and sleeps football, and obviously raised in a football family, and he's carrying on that tradition for Padua.
And Padua, they have some ball players. They are putting pressure on Brock Hill. They're shutting down the run, and the big thing is they're able to match the speed of senior high in the secondary. I don't know how many times Brock has gone to a single receiver, and the secondary for Padua has been there to break it up.
Brock Hill hoping to get things going in the second half as the Tigers will start with the football. And let's see what Choki Bradley and the offensive coaches have done to adjust and see if they can come out. And if they can come down the field and make this a 17-0 game in the third quarter, the way the defense has been playing, that could be enough to seal it.
It could be a tough decision. The one thing I want to see happen this half, I want to see Brock Hill start moving his feet. When he has pressure in that backfield, and in all other games, 10 games, he beats them with his feet when he runs. I want to see the young man open things up and break open.
Waisel's kickoff is going to be scooped up at the 9-yard line. And O'Brien is going to be swarmed under at the 20, so that's where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 with a 10-0 lead in the Division III Region 10 regional semifinals between Mansfield Senior and Padua Franciscan. This has been the matchup that we thought it would be, although I have to be honest, I thought the Tiger offense would it just goes to what Padua has been able to do defensively to limit what the Tigers have done.
One of the things, being a former coach, I like to see the adjustments that teams have made. What adjustment did Choki make? Well, we see one right here. He's got 4 receivers on one side. See if he gets Brock Hill a little more running space.
Perhaps set up a little wide receiver screen on the near side. Steps up in the pocket. And again, he's dropped at the 20, so they continue getting pressure on Brock Hill as he was brought down by Brandon Wilson.
It's tough when you have somebody running at you and they force you out of the pocket. You start looking around, you lose sight of where your receivers are, and then there's a problem. And Padua is doing a great job defensively right now.
Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Hill finally with some time Swings it out. This one's caught by Lala Owens. Gets up across the 35 to the 37, and signs of life for the Tiger offense and a first down.
And that was kind of a mismatch. Senior High put 4 wide receivers out. Padua only had 3 men defending it, so one of them was going to be open. Brock found the right man, and boom, upfield they go. And again, same formation. 3 defensive backs covering 4 receivers.
16 yards on the reception. And another reception by O'Brien. And he cannot bounce to the outside as some sure tackling by Ryan King.
Padua doing a nice job adjusting to their speed. They're able to run step for step for them after the catch. The big thing Senior High's been able to do all year, Brian, yards after the catch. We're not seeing that tonight. They catch the ball and they go down.
2nd down and 7. Brock Hill again under some pressure, but he's got some room to run. He's got the first down to midfield, cuts back, still on his feet, and out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
And that's what we haven't seen from Brock Hill the first half. Nice job. He's forced out of the pocket. The young man can make it happen with his feet. A defensive coordinator's nightmare when a quarterback does that.
31 yards on the run, and he's got the Tigers at the 30-yard line of the Bruins. Fresh set of downs, 4 receivers to the left side. And we're starting to see some signs of life now out of this Tiger offense. Brock Hill looks left side. It's going to be picked off. He underthrew it and threw it right into the arms of Dejan Telfair.
Yeah, underthrew the ball. He had a receiver deep. He had one cutting across to the post route. Threw it short.
Amar Davis, the intended receiver, the first turnover of the ball game for Mansfield Senior. So they come away empty and give the ball back to the Bruins.
This is a big mood swing, momentum change for the Tigers. Defense has to go back on the field after a...
They give it to Hall. Hall with about 3 yards up to the 13-yard line.
Anytime an offense cannot score and turns the ball over, your defense goes back on the field. Sometimes they're a little flat. Look for Padua to try for a big play. Take advantage of the defense being a little flat right now.
2nd down and 7. Marquise Hall now with 72 yards on 11 carries. They go back to Hall, and Hall is stuffed again at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the Tiger defense closing the gaps. That's basically a read play. Linemen are just going to match up with somebody, push them out of the way. They pull the backside tackle. Great coverage by the Tiger defense.
3rd down and 6.
If the Tigers hold them here,
37 degrees.
If the Tigers hold them here, they should get pretty good field position.
Tusai looks left side. It's incomplete.
I've stated this before, one of the toughest passes for a young quarterback to do is hit the slant route when that receiver is running back at you. It's got to be a perfect throw. This was a little low.
Nick Reaney, the intended receiver. So the Tiger defense holds, and the Bruins are forced to punt. And Mansfield Senior, again, should get pretty good field position as Miles Bradley and Amar Davis standing around the 40.
And look for a block. I still think there's going to be a block punt somewhere in this game. Tigers were on a punt hold.
Bradley bobbles it, but backpedals to midfield, and that could have been disastrous. Chunky Bradley probably holding his breath. So the Tigers get it at midfield, 8:07 to go. Brian Harder, Bruce Wyrick from Arlen Field. The Tigers looking to go to week number 13, and we haven't seen that yet this year. Space Heaters on the sideline.
Football weather, Brian. This is football weather.
Comes from the man with the heated jacket on talking about football weather.
The only thing missing's grass and mud and everything else.
Tigers 1st and 10 at the Padua 48-yard line. They'll send 3 receivers to the right. Miles Bradley, the lone receiver on the left. Hill under pressure, swings it out. It's caught by Mills. And you talk about a throw made at the last second. Ricky Mills almost enough for the first down, but Brock Hill was under all kinds of pressure.
Simple little wheel route. You run all your receivers deep. You take the back out of the backfield, wheel them up the sidelines. Brock Hill did a nice job of just laying the ball in there and taking the big hit.
8 yards on the pass play, 2nd down and 2. Ball at the Padua 40-yard line. Hill looks again, right side, has a receiver, and it's incomplete. As he was trying to hit Amar Davis down the sideline, it went off of his hand.
Nice thrown ball, put perfectly in the air. If you're going to throw that pass, you want to put it on the sidelines over the head of the defensive back, so the only person that can catch it is a Tiger. Just a little bit out of his reach.
3rd down and 2.
Look for Brock to make something happen here.
Good time for a quarterback draw, perhaps.
They need to do something to get the pressure off of them from that pass rush.
Well, he's going to run it, and he's going to get stuffed at the 44-yard line as he was met in the backfield by Devin Shaw Mason, the freshman.
Yeah, that's tough when you have somebody in your backfield, but you were right. You called it. Quarterback draw. Tigers look like they're going to punt. Keep Padua in the hole and let the Tiger defense control the flow of the game.
Brennan Middleton also finished on the play for the Bruins, so the Bruins defense holds and forces a 4th down.
The Tiger offensive line is struggling a little bit with their gaps. Somebody's blowing gaps, making their way into that backfield.
So Hill will kick it. Takes a Tiger roll down inside the 10, and the Bruins will start at the 8-yard line.
Nice punt. Nice punt. Tiger defense is being called upon to do it again. When the offense struggles, your defense got to pick it up.
As we said earlier, Padua Franciscan competes in the Crown Conference, which is comprised of 6 Catholic schools in the Cleveland area. Beaumont, which is an all-girls school, so they don't play football. Lake Catholic, Notre Dame, Padua, Villa Angela St. Joe's, and Walsh Jesuit are the current members of the conference. Hall makes some tacklers miss, gets up to the 9-yard line.
Padua's just trying to get a little breathing room. Nice little play. Give it to your best back. They've been running the left side of that offense with a little bit of success, and they're doing it now.
Marquise Trochet made the play for Mansfield Senior. As we're under 6.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, the Tigers with a 10-0 lead. Coming to the near side, that's Love.
Nice defense by the Tigers. They keep it contained. They don't let the back get outside. You turn it back into the pursuit, and the pursuit is there.
But he gets to the 19-yard line. That is good enough for a 1st down. So a fresh set of downs for the Bruins. Hall tries to bounce to the outside, gets a couple up to the 22-yard line.
Counter play. You pull the backside guard and tackle. The guard's supposed to kick out the end. The tackle will lead up on the linebacker. Lexington hurt the Tigers with it. Tonight, the Tigers are ready for it.
Second down and 8. Ball at the 21-yard line. Tusai fakes it to Hall. Looks left side. It's incomplete off the fingertips of Roderick Love.
Little bit of play action. That gives the quarterback a little bit of a break. See what's going on? They're sprinting the quarterback out away from the rush. That's a tough throw for a young quarterback. Going to your left and throwing with your right hand.
Forces a third down and 8 for the Bruins.
Delay again. Oh, that was close. Yep, they got
a timeout called. Third down and 8 at their 21-yard line. This was too big of a play. Call a timeout with 5:02 to go. Mansfield Senior with a 10-0 lead.
Tiger defense is playing up to their name as being tough, doing a great job, still holding the shutout. You win championships, you move on in the night.
Well, and as we said in our pregame, 123 seasons of Tiger football, dating all the way back to 1895.
That seems like a long time. Long time. A lot of football played here at Arlen Field.
A lot of winning football played here as well. Tusai under pressure, lofts it up, it's incomplete. And again, he was trying to go to Freddie Borky, who wanted a pass interference call. He's not going to get it. It's going to be fourth down.
Boy, the coaches from Padua are on the field. Everybody's yelling about that one.
Avion Gross on the coverage.
From high up here on Arlen Field, we take a look at it, and it's a tough call. It's a tough call.
There's a good look at Mike Polovasic, the coach of the...
There's the replay. He was hit a little bit before the ball was in... While the ball was in the air. And the Padua coaches are not happy about that call.
So Waisel will kick it.
Look for the... Tigers are not rushing.
It's a nice kick. It's going to take a Bruins roll. And roll down to the 35-yard line. They try to hurry it along. It gets down just almost to the 34, so that's where the Tigers will take over.
Earlier in the game, the Tigers roughed the punter, so now Chokey's kind of backed off a little bit. There's two types of punts. There's a punt rush, where you rush everybody and try and block it. The Tigers did that, roughed the punter, automatic first down, 15-yard penalties. Then there's a punt hold where you line up on somebody and you bang, 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 bang. Don't let them off the line. Hold them up as long as you can. Try and get a return.
Well, what can the Tigers offense do here with a 10-0 lead? 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Nobody in the backfield. Brock either runs it or he's going to throw it.
Four receivers on the left side. Miles Bradley goes wide to the right. Here come the Bruins. And there goes Brock Hill. Down at the 25-yard line, the pressure continues.
Woo! 5 white jerseys all over Brocken. You know, he gets sacked, but holy smokes, there's not much you can do when the whole defensive front and a linebacker is all over you.
Loss of about 7, 2nd down and 17.
They have no time to throw the ball. You got to start rolling Brock out or running the ball again.
Hill swings it out to Bradley, and he's stopped behind the line, to Mar Davis, behind the line of scrimmage, then out of bounds at the 25.
Right now, the Tigers are moving in the wrong direction, Brian. The wrong direction.
This team pursues to the ball so well, and they are a sure tackling team.
And what is happening is that they're putting so much pressure on Brock. He's got to throw the ball now. So the Tigers are being limited on short routes, screens, draws. They can't get upfield because Brock does not have the time to throw it.
3rd down and 20.
And here they come again, this time with a 3-man rush.
Hill now with some time, but now it closes quickly. He steps up, swings it out. That's Bradley. And Bradley gets some yardage up to the 37. That's just beyond the original line of scrimmage, though. So it's going to be 4th down and 9.
And this is a punt situation all the way.
Brock Hill did not want to take off. He wanted to try to get the ball to one of his receivers in space.
Well, he knew he had a long throw to get a 1st down. So what do? You hold, and throw it when you get a chance.
So the defense for the Bruins is keeping them within reach.
And they did a great job. I've never seen a pass rush like they have tonight against the Tigers.
Brock Hill gets the kickoff. Harrell watches it bounce. He'll take it at the 20. And he is then swarmed under at the 15-yard line.
Nice
Isaiah Darson back there helping out, along with number 53, Carmelo Smith, a sophomore.
Nice punt by Brock Hill. Tiger defense keeping them in the hole. That's what's keeping the Tigers ahead 10-0.
Holy Name now with a 14-0 lead over Norton. So Holy Name again getting a little closer to an upset here in Week 12 as the number 1 seed is down by 2 scores.
And right now, the Tiger defense has got to carry the load for this Tiger offense.
Now they pitch it. That's Love. And he is wrapped up, and I mean wrapped up by Leo Hess.
Nice pursuit by Mr. Hess. He just came from his linebacker position and ran him down. Nice job, Leo.
Gain of about 2. We'll call it 2nd and 8.
Neither team's having too much success passing the ball tonight.
Marquise Hall has 81 yards rushing. And on cue, that's Hall with the basketball, the football.
Wrong
I'm already
sport.
thinking ahead.
Well, you're thinking of that warm gymnasium. That's what it is.
3rd down and 4. Makai Bradley, who is the Ohio Cardinal Conference Defensive Player of the Year, made the tackle.
This is a big play for Padua. If they can get the 1st down and keep this drive going, they can gain a little bit of momentum. They got to give their defense a little bit of a breather on that sideline.
Tiger defense facing a 3rd and 4. Here comes pressure. Down goes Tusai at the 15-yard line.
Whoa, what a sack.
Lala Lewis came in and made the play. And as much as the Tigers' offense has struggled, the defense has been outstanding.
What a sack. Big play coming from the backside. You've heard of The Blind Side, the movie? That left tackle is responsible for somebody over there, and the Tigers had a little game on. He comes through clean for the big sack.
So Waisel will kick it, and the Tigers again will have pretty good field position. It's a high, short kick. And it bounces and then dies at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I didn't think that young man expected it to be that short.
Watch the backspin on this ball as it hits the turf. It just stopped on a dime.
I wish I could hit a golf ball like that, just stop on a dime.
So the Tigers in Padua territory at the 44-yard line.
The one thing that's helping the Tigers is Padua has been starting their drives with a long field in front of them. The Tigers have kept them bottled up at their end of the field. The Tigers are in a run formation now. Let's see what they can do.
2 receivers on each side. And sophomore Jameer Petty in the backfield along with Brock Hill. Here come the Bruins. Hill steps up. He's dropped at midfield again by Devin Shaw Mason. The freshman has just played an outstanding ball game for these Bruins.
And he's blitzing. I had my eye on him that time. He is blitzing from 8 yards deep. It's almost like a delay blitz. He lets the offensive line find a blocker, open up a little bit of gap, and he is just killing the Tigers.
Another game of local interest. Clyde with a 21-14 lead over Shelby. So the Whippets in trouble in the third quarter.
And the quarter's over.
So the Tigers with a 10-0 lead as we head to the fourth. You're watching high school playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Serious.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope.
Start the fourth quarter with the Tigers with a 10-0 lead. Avion Gross forced out of bounds. 12 minutes to go, standing between the Tigers and a trip to the regional semifinals.
When you run wide receiver screens. Tigers have got to find a solution to slow down this pass rush from Padua.
It's now 3rd down and 9 at the Padua 43-yard line. And Brock Hill has been under duress all night long. And it continues on this play right here as he throws it away, and he was in the grasp of Anthony Perry. And the coaches want a grounding call, and I don't think they're going to get it.
No, there's a receiver coming back for the ball from the Tigers. Brock again under duress. They are putting pressure on him. They basically have taken away the Tiger passing game tonight, Brian, with their pass rush. Now with their secondary, with their pass rush.
All the talk of the youngsters for Padua, and Anthony Perry has played an outstanding game. He's a senior. One of only 13 on this roster. So Brock Hill will kick it. Just gets the kick off, and it takes a Tiger bounce. And again, Padua's going to start with a long field as they have the ball at the 6-yard line.
And this is where the Tiger defense has been playing great football. They have kept Padua bottled up at their end of the field. I don't think they've crossed the 50-yard line yet. And that has been an awesome job by the defense.
Well, they did in the first quarter because they attempted the field goal and then they faked.
They faked it. But the Tiger defense has been shutting them down. They've been giving the Tiger offense the ball in great field position. They just can't get away from the pass rush.
And you just keep waiting for that time for them to just break one. Ball is on the ground, and the Tigers say they have it, and they do.
And they do. Number 3.
Malachi Mays, who scored the touchdown after scooping up the blocked field goal, comes up with the fumble recovery, and the Tigers now with a golden opportunity inside the 10-yard line.
If the Tigers put on a score here, that's going to force Padua for 3 scores or 2 scores, and that's going to be tough against this Tiger defense. This could be the nail in the coffin.
The 3rd turnover of the night for Padua. 2 interceptions and that fumble. Now let's see if the Tigers can make them pay. 11:24 to go. Now they go with a power backfield. Ricky Mills, left side, fights to the 5.
I have nothing but admiration for this Padua defense. What an effort these youngsters are putting on from Padua.
Mills just kept the legs churning, got to the 5, so it's 2nd and goal. Actually just shy of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6. The Tiger faithful wanting a touchdown. Brock Hill, and he overthrows Miles Bradley.
When you've had so much pressure put on you to throw the ball, every time you throw the ball, to have a clean shot of something, you overreact and throw it deep. Overthrew him.
So 3rd and 9, or 3rd and goal, from the 6. Brock Hill backs into the shotgun now. He'll look to throw again. Left side, it's incomplete. As he was looking for Avion Gross on the left side. And are they going to send Putt out for a field goal try on 4th down?
What Chokey's looking at right now is what's the difference between 13 zip or a touchdown, which would make it 16 zip. So,
well, and he's going to send Putt out. Putt already has a 32-yarder on the night.
That's going to force Padua for 2 touchdowns to win this ball game.
This one's a try from 23.
Rough angle.
High snap, they get it down. It just gets up and no good. So Mansfield Senior comes away with no points after the turnover. And again, Padua keeps dodging bullets.
And hats off to the Padua defense. Back against the wall. 1st and goal at the 6, and they shut down the Tiger offense.
Tonight's high school playoff game being brought to you by Local Project Pro. Instead of wasting your valuable time and resources looking for vetted contractors, let Local Project Pro be your one-source resource at www.localsprojectpro.com. Also by the 419 Barber Shop, Mansfield's first-class full-service barber shop, where you can expect quality service, great conversation at 419 Barber Shop. Padua back to throw. Tusai steps up, looks right side, has a receiver, and it's caught by Marcus Harrell. Harrell down the far sideline. He's knocked out of bounds at the 3.
Wow, what a throw. Simple little rollout. Tigers had 2 defenders on him.
Watch the concentration by Harrell. First and goal, and now an opportunity for the Bruins as Tusai connects with Marcus Harrell. It's 1st and goal at the 3. And Hall into the end zone for a touchdown, and Padua can pull to within 3.
And what a change of momentum in the ball game. Padua, one play changes everything.
Padua 6. Coming in to attempt the extra point for Padua, number 41, Greg Lake.
Go Bruins fans with the lights on.
Well, they made the trip down here from Cleveland. Extra point is up, and it is good. We have a 3-point ball game with 10:17 to go.
And right now, all the momentum's on the sideline across the field from us, Brian. Padua is jacked up. The Tigers need their offense to do something tonight. The Tigers need their offense to establish a drive, move the down markers. They got to do something to get away from this Padua pass rush because the pass rush is just eating them alive.
Well, and it's got to be frustrating for Choke Bradley and his offensive coaches because it's not like they've had to have long drives down the field. They were given the ball in the red zone after the turnover, and they couldn't capitalize.
And that kills your momentum. And right now, if you look at these two sidelines, you can definitely see a difference. Padua's up, patting everybody in the back. Everybody's excited. Tigers kind of looking around in their daze right now. Hey, what just happened? Let's see if Brock Hill and company can get it going.
The Tigers with an opportunity to knock out the Bruins, and they left them off the hook. Avion Gross dancing around, and he's going to be gang tackled at the 21-yard line.
And here's where that Padua defense is gonna put up a fight. Their pass rush has been relentless tonight. Senior high passing attack has really been nowhere, Brian. I don't think they've caught a pass over 10 yards all night long.
10 minutes, 6 seconds to go. The winner will take on the Holy Name Norton winner. At last check, Holy Name was on top 14-0. And the Tigers trying to avoid a upset here as well against the Bruins of Padua Franciscan. Hill to Bradley. And Bradley breaks away, but he gets to about the 28-yard line, so a pickup of about 6.
Again, short routes, quick routes, flag in the backfield. Let's see what we got.
Bradley with his 5th grab if it stands.
Bradley takes the ball out.
Maybe that's not a flag.
No, it was not a penalty flag. So a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Hill again, under pressure. Right side's got Bradley, and he can't haul it in. It would have been a nice one-handed grab, but it falls incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down.
And in the NFL, you always say rushes, when the quarterbacks rush to throw the ball or when he gets knocked down. Brock Hill is getting hit on every play. He threw that ball that time, and he got hit. He's being forced to throw the ball before he wants to.
3rd down and 4. Hill again under pressure. And it's incomplete again. He's forced to get rid of the ball because of the relentless pressure up the middle. And the Tigers are going to have to punt now with a 4th and 4.
One of the problems the Tigers are having is that they have 5 linemen and 1 back. That's 6. Well, Padua, they're sending 7. 6 men cannot block 7, and the one lone attacker is putting pressure on Brock Hill.
Look at this, 28-0, Holy Name all over the number 1 seed Norton. And if you're Padua, you would love a rematch with Holy Name. Benicio Roman. He's got some room, and this is going to be the best field position of the night for Padua to start a drive, and they are fired up on the other side of Arlen Field.
And I don't think there's anybody sitting down over there. The sidelines, everybody's jacked up. The bands are rocking. Padua has the momentum. The Tiger defense has spent a lot of time on that field this half. It starts to wear you down a little bit. When your offense doesn't give you that break, the defensive coaches doesn't have time to talk to their defense. And they're back on the field again. It's hard to make adjustments on the fly.
Now the Bruins go with a tight formation, and I would not be surprised to see a steady diet of Marquise Hall, and he gets the call. And he stumbles to the 36-yard line, a gain of 4, as they just go with a direct snap, and he comes up a little gimpy.
If Padua's to get a first down, I think you're going to see senior high call a timeout. They have got to stop the bleeding somehow. They got to find a solution to slow this offense down.
They're going to, again, go with a direct snap to Marquise Hall. Hall, left side. Tries to bounce to the outside, and he runs right into Avion Gross, who slams him to the turf at the 29-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And the pressure's on. Everybody's yelling. This is probably going to be a sideline warning on the coach. Coach Bradley thought there was a hold. That's how Padua was able to get outside. Sideline warning.
Tigers with the sideline warning.
And things are heating up, Brian.
Marquise Hall 9 yards shy of 100 yards. And he has been the bright offensive performer really for both sides. Can the Tiger defense come up with another stop? They have forced 3 turnovers tonight. Hall, right side, cuts back to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. Marquise Hall from 28 yards out, and Padua has the lead.
Nice offensive play. When you have a young quarterback, he's having trouble throwing the ball. What do? Well, you take him out, you go to Wildcat, untouched, into the end zone.
So now they can go up 14-0 on an all-important extra point, as the Tigers have been unable to generate really any kind of offense. And they would have to score a touchdown here if they connect on this extra point to regain the lead. The extra point is up, and it is no good. So a big miss by Greg Waisel.
And you want to talk about pressure, Brian. Here it comes. We're looking at a Tiger offense that's been struggling all night long. The momentum, they just haven't been able to get anything started. The relentless pass rush by Padua is unbelievable. Every time Brock Hill steps back, somebody is chasing him down. They have got to find a way to overcome that and move the ball, because right now everything hinges on those 11 players on offense getting a field goal or a touchdown.
In the fourth quarter, Clyde with a 28-21 lead over Shelby, so the Whippets are trying to mount a comeback of their own, and the Tigers with their hands full, 7:52 to go. They trail by 3. And it's gut check time now for this offense of the Tigers. Avion Gross. And he's wrapped up by Nick Reaney, and the Tigers will start 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This is what Brock Hill has done all year. All year he's been able to put the weight of this offense on his shoulders, use his legs, figure out a way to make something happen. And do they need him now?
594 wins in program history. This is the first time these two schools have ever played each other. Tigers are 5-4 against teams they've only faced in the postseason. And Bay Village is the only school they've played twice in the postseason, and they split with Bay Village.
The Tiger offensive line has got to pick it up here. They've got to give these backs room to run.
Hill with some time, looks left side, but he overthrows Miles Bradley.
Miscommunication somewhere. Looked like Mr. Bradley was looking for the post route. Brock was looking to go up the sidelines with it. overthrew him.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Marquise Hall now with 127 yards on the ground on 20 carries. He has both touchdowns for the Bruins.
Tigers need a little razzle-dazzle here.
7 minutes, 37 seconds to go. The Tigers need some answers offensively. Hill under pressure. Steps up. It's incomplete again. Miles Bradley, the intended target. And Evan Brickman on coverage forces a 3rd down.
That'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Now put your coach's ball hat on. Is he focused too much on Miles Bradley?
It's hard to tell. With the pressure they're having, is that the only receiver open? Should he start looking other places? The problem's not receivers. It's time to throw the ball.
3rd down and 10. And the last thing the Tigers want is to give the ball back to the Bruins.
And here they come.
Looks left side. Avion Gross. It's tipped away. It goes incomplete. Dejan Telfair on coverage, and it's 4th down. Well, he looked to another receiver.
Try to hit the go route. We call that a sideline go route. Receiver runs aside. Padua, great job in the secondary. Again, pressure on the quarterback helps.
He had a little bit more time, but they were unable to get anything going, and the Tigers go quietly. Tigers with 3 timeouts. Padua with 2.
Set to return for Padua, Benicio Roman.
Nice kick, gonna roll, take a Tiger bounce.
And it will be down just shy of the 35-yard line.
And right now, the clock is going to become an enemy of the Tigers here.
Well, the Tigers have made 8 playoff appearances under Chokey Bradley, and Chokey Bradley does not want to see this playoff run come to an end here in Week 12, especially at home. They have never lost a home playoff game.
A lot of pressure being put on that defense right now. They have got to come up with a stop. They have got to stop this offense. Again, no quarterback. Wildcat.
Marquise Hall. And he gets a yard, maybe 2. Ball on the ground.
Flag.
And a flag is thrown.
I think there's going to be a personal foul on Padua.
That official almost threw out his rotator cuff throwing that flag.
I think it was on Padua.
They call it on Freddie Borky after the play.
He kind of took a forearm and leveled it into somebody's head after the whistle. If you can see the replay, watch what happens.
We'll take the ball back to...
That's a break for the Tigers. Keep them bottled up.
Back to the 22-yard line.
Well, and it also brings Tyler Tusai back out onto the field. Under 7 minutes to go. They still go to Hall. And Hall unable to get away from Malachi Mays.
Nice job by the Tiger defense. They string it out, force him to the sidelines, makes the play.
And it stops the clock with 6:47 to go.
And with 20 yards to go, that Tiger secondary is just going to sit back, try and pick it off.
3rd and 21 as the Bruins need to get to the 45 for a 1st down.
You have a young quarterback back, put a little pressure on him, see if you can't get a pass rush on him.
Tusai looks to throw it, and he gets it to Hall, but he's going to get to the 25-yard line, and the Tiger defense comes up with a nice series, and they force Padua to give the ball back with 6.5 minutes to go.
Nice job by the Tigers. When there's pressure, what do? You throw the screen. They tried a wide receiver screen. Tigers smelled it out and snuffed it.
Hall takes the ball up.
Shut it down.
It'll be 4th and
Miles
20
Bradley
for
back to receive the kick.
We're actually getting in a situation where
Parma Heights, holy name, 28.
Chokey Bradley's going to have to make a decision here. Do I punt? Or do we just keep going and win the ball game?
So Padua takes their second timeout. They've got one remaining. Brian Harder, Bruce Wyrick from Arlen Field, and the Tigers, their offense has struggled all night long. They have 10 points. The touchdown came on a blocked field goal
by the defense.
And they had a field goal of their own to start the ball game. The offense has been shut out, but they led 10-0 through most of the ball game until Marquise Hall scored with 10:07 to go in the ball game on a 2-yard touchdown run. Then he scored on a 28-yard touchdown run. They missed the extra point, and that's where we stand at 13-10, 5:57 to go in the fourth quarter. And if the other score holds on, Holy Name would upset number 1 seed Norton, and that's who the winner of this game would play next week. Waisel's kick is a high kick. It's going to take a Padua roll. So the Tiger offense will start at the 32-yard line, down by 3.
And this is a do-or-die series for the Tigers. They need points on the board.
Even if they can tie it, we talked about that 2019 playoff run where they had 3 overtime games. Could we be looking at extra time here if all they can manage is a field goal?
It could be, and it's a great ball game. I would like to see it extend a little bit. Another quarter would be awesome.
Well, I can tell you who wouldn't. It's Chokey Bradley. He won 7.
Yep.
So here come the Tigers, 1st and 10 at their 32-yard line. And let's see what they can do against this pass rush for the Bruins, which has been outstanding all night long. Hill with some time. Now he's flushed out. Looks left side, caught by Bradley. Finally with some running room down to the 40. Actually, it's Amar Davis on the reception.
Nice job, Brock Hall.
And a flag is down at the 42-yard line. And Padua is pointing an illegal block on Avion Gross. It's coming back. So the offense comes up with a big play, and then they get a penalty.
I like what I see, though. Brock Hill breaks contain, gets out, finds the receiver, throws it. That's what Brock Hill can do to you.
Only the 3rd penalty of the ball game. There's still enough yardage, though, for the first down. Four receivers on the right side. Hill steps up, and it's incomplete. Looking for Miles Bradley at the 50.
Again, Brock Hill gets hit after he throws the ball. And I don't think people realize what a beating quarterbacks take standing back there. It's an incomplete pass, but he got hit hard and drawn to the turf. That wears on you after a while.
2nd down and 10. Brock Hill has been under pressure all night long by this defensive front of the Bruins. Hill lofts it up left side, and he's unable to connect. As again, they try to go down the far side of the field. Amar Davis was the intended receiver. 3rd down and 10.
And the thing that we saw again, Brock Hill, after he released the ball, number 52, finishes the hit on him, takes him to the turf.
5 minutes to go.
The Tigers need a first down to keep the chains alive. They've got to move the chains and the markers.
And a whistle and a timeout taken by the Tigers, their first timeout of the second half. So with 5 minutes to go, Mansfield Senior down by 3, and this could be the season for the Tigers.
Well, think about it. You miss connection here. It's going to be 4th and 10. You do not want to punt the ball and give it to Padua, who's flying high right now with the momentum. You have got to get the first down. Do you go for a short pass, and then another short pass on 4th down? Do you go for the first down, or do you go deep, try and get one of your receivers free? It's so easy to coach up here, isn't it, Brian?
Oh, yeah.
So easy to coach up here.
Jokey Bradley in his 12th season, and the job he has done at his alma mater. They've won 82 ball games, 4 OCC titles, and made 8 playoff appearances in 12 years.
And if there's anybody in this stadium that can get the thing done, it's Jokey Bradley. He can make it happen with these players.
3rd down and 10 at the 47-yard line of Mansfield Senior. Hill, here comes the blitz. He's able to get away. Lofts it up, right side. It's caught, or is it?
Out of bounds.
He kept the play alive. I can't believe Brock Hill even got that throw off.
Unbelievable. Rotated, twist and turn, reversed his field, still had the idea and the vision to look upfield, threw it. Nice job, Brock.
Just stepped out of bounds.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a very crucial play. The play of the game, some might say.
4th and 10 at the 47-yard line, and Jokey Bradley going to go for it here on 4th down, down by 3.
Does Padua play the defense, or do they rush?
It's caught, but it's short. And the Bruins are going to get it on downs as the reception was made at the 45-yard line, but he was a couple yards shy of the first down.
Tiger defense, here we go.
So Brock Hill and the offense come up empty again. And now it's up to the defense.
And 2 timeouts. Jokey's got to be able to work the clock to give his offense time to get back on the field and try a field goal or win it with a touchdown.
4th quarter score, Shelby and Clyde are tied at 28, so the Whippets trying to keep their season alive.
We're looking at the Wildcat formation. Here they come. They're going to run it behind the 2 blockers.
But look who is not in the ball game. Marquise Hall is not in the ball game. Now he comes back in as the direct snap was taken by Roderick Love, and he lost 5 yards.
Nice job by the defense. Just when you need a play, the Tiger defense comes up and makes it happen.
It's a final. Holy Name defeats Norton 28-0. So the winner of this game will take on Holy Name next Friday night as the number 1 seed in this region gets knocked off.
Now, are they able to throw the ball out of this formation, or is it a run play?
2nd and 15. Marquise Hall tries to bounce up, and he rolls to the ground at about the 44-yard line. And a timeout taken by Jokey Bradley stops the clock with 3:47 to go.
Nice call by Jokey. 3:47 on the clock. 3rd down. Padua almost has to throw the ball here. They're bringing their young quarterback back in. The Tiger defense has been the backbone all year long. Can they make it happen on this next play?
3rd down and 2. And what a ball game this has been.
If the Tigers stop them here, look for the punt because Padua does not want to give the Tigers the ball at the middle of the field. But if Padua maybe gets 9-10 yards, they come up with a 4th and 1. Do you punt or do you go for it and win the game?
Well, it all comes down to this for the Tiger defense. They need to get this stop on 3rd down.
If you're on that Tiger defense, one thing you want to do is try and put pressure on that young quarterback. Put pressure on that young quarterback. See if you can't throw the ball, make a mistake, and pick it off by the Tigers. Pressure the quarterback.
To side,
here
back
they come.
To throw, over the middle, and it's incomplete as he was trying to hit Roderick Love, the freshman, and it's 4th down, and it stops the clock. The Tigers with 1 timeout remaining, and they can keep it in their pocket. So the defense for the Tigers gives their offense one last gasp with 3:41 to go.
And this is an exciting ball game, Brian. Tigers offense has going to be given the opportunity to win it or tie it.
Bradley and Amar Davis standing back at the 30. And Waisel to kick it. And Bradley from the 28-yard line.
Oh, they got a wall set up.
He gets away from one tackler and steps out of bounds at about 36-yard line.
The Tigers had the wall set up on the right side. Bradley got into it. Good field position for the Tigers.
Well, it comes down to this, Coach. As there's an injured player, it looks like a hamstring, Anthony Perry, and what a game Anthony Perry has had for Padua, as he is down at the 37-yard line. He has been one of the players that has created a lot of pressure on Brock Hill. That would be a loss for the Bruins if he can't continue.
Looks like it's his lower back. Could be a back spasm.
If you are the owner of a black Chrysler, license plate JMC.
And this is showdown for the Tigers right here. This is it. 3:26 on the clock. Ball's at the 40-yard line. They have 60 yards to go.
Almost like he came down on his tailbone. But he is walking off the field. That's a good sign.
Brian, in the NFL, they always put a line out that says field goal range. Where do the Tigers have to get the ball to so that we can get a half-decent field goal? What's the Tigers' longest field goal?
Sean Putt's best this year is 35 yards.
So they got to get to the 25-yard line. No, probably the 20.
3:26. The Tigers down by 3. Hill with some time, looks over the middle, and it's picked off. Marcus Harrell comes up with the interception, and that could seal the fate of the Tigers.
Tip ball drill. Looked like it was tipped first, and then it was picked off.
Take over possession of the ball at their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10.
Tiger defense, what do they got in it? Tigers have 1 timeout. They can stop the clock once. I doubt if they're going to throw the ball. They're going to run it. And I'm looking at number 4 to carry it a few times here, Brian.
Can add to his 133 yards of rushing on the night. Tusai hands it off to Hall. And he's tackled at the 43 after a gain of 3.
But what's more than that is that 40-second clock is running off. That'll put it under 3 minutes. Padua is in no rush to go to the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 6. And you can hear a pin drop on this side of Harlan Field as the Tiger faithful putting their hopes in this defense, which has been outstanding all season long. Hall trying to turn the right corner. He's got a first down. Runs out of bounds.
But you get a fresh set of downs. The clock is rolled. Well, it's not starting now, but it's going to be tough. Tigers need a fumble. They need a busted play. They need a bad handoff. They need the ball.
Well, the Tigers have forced 3 turnovers. And Marquise Hall is...
I'll put your check on it that number 4 is going to get it.
Well,
here
there
he
it
comes,
is.
right at. Oh,
and he's blocked from behind.
Nice pressure from the backside.
Ricky Mills comes up with the tackle.
Ricky Mills has been doing that all night long. The clock is running. It'll go under 2 minutes now.
2nd down and 11. As they'll let the clock wind down. Each team with 1 timeout. And obviously Padua in no hurry, trying to milk the final 1:53 off this clock and get a rematch with Holy Name. Hall brought down from behind at the 47-yard line. 3rd down and the final timeout taken by Chokey Bradley with 1:43 to go. Well, it comes down to this. They need a stop.
They need the
to
ball.
Get some good field position.
The Tigers need a stop. They need the ball, and they got to get in field goal position down to the 20. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's looking tough.
Well, and what's made it even more difficult is how the offense has really struggled to move the ball all night long.
And
although you'd have to think that Padua would drop back to try to keep the ball in front of them, and it perhaps takes some of the pressure off of Brock Hill.
I have not seen a team put that much pressure on the Tiger quarterback all season long. Padua has been relentless after the quarterback.
Well, here's the ball game for the Tigers. 3rd down and 8. And it's up to the defense. Hall, and he's grabbed from behind by Leo Hess, and they get their stop on 3rd down. So the clock is going to wind down and go under a minute.
The Tigers will get the ball.
And the Bruins are going to let this go all the way down.
They'll probably take a delay of game. What's 5 yards on a punt?
There's 18 seconds to go on the play clock.
Let it run down or call your last timeout. I think that's what the coach will do. Timeout.
And he stops the clock with 52 seconds to go. So there is one last gasp for Mansfield Senior, down by 3.
And I've seen it, Brian.
Well, we saw it right before halftime.
We saw it right before halftime.
You've been calling for a block punt all night long.
Yep. And it happened on an extra point or field goal. But
well, let's see if they can actually make it happen here on a punt.
Back in my old coaching days, we were playing Ken Roosevelt when I was at West Geauga. They punted, we returned the punt, won the ball game. I've seen it other times happen. So it's not out of the realm of happening for the Tigers.
Greg Waisel will kick it from the 40, and Miles Bradley will go back and be the return man for Mansfield Senior.
Let's see if the Tigers rush it or they return it. They're going for the block.
They're going after it. He's able to get it off. Bradley takes it at the 15, and he is spun down there. No return for Bradley, so here's what the Tigers face. They have the ball with 42 seconds to go, and they will get it at the 17-yard line.
And my question is Padua going to continue to pressure the quarterback like they've done the entire game, or are they going to go back deep and...
No, they will spot the ball at the 13-yard line.
And if I'm Padua, I'm not going to change my game plan. I am going to continue to pressure the quarterback. I'm going to send everybody I got. Maybe play 3 deep zone behind it. The Tigers have the talent to make it happen here. They are not dead in the water.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Hill with some time. And he gets it out of bounds to stop the clock with 35 seconds to go.
This is not the NFL. You can't go outside the tackles and throw it away. So that's going to be a grounding.
Lost it down. Second out.
So the Tigers are backed up even more, as the ball will go back to the 3-yard line. 34 seconds and 97 yards stand between the Tigers and a comeback here in the 4th quarter.
The Tigers have the receivers. Give them the ball in the open space. See what happens.
Hill swings it out. Davis wrapped up immediately by Marcus Harrell. It is now 3rd down, and they can't stop the clock.
Final play of the game is coming up.
Hill swings it out. Davis steps out of bounds. That stops the clock. With 8 seconds to go, it's 4th down and 13.
The Tigers can now take a little bit of a breath, get a good play call, get everybody set. You have one last shot.
Well, whatever fancy trickery they have in their playbook, I think we're going to see it right now.
I don't know if you're going to be able to pull the wool over Padua defense.
4th and 12.
You send 4 receivers up the sidelines and throw the Hail Mary.
There are 4 receivers on the left side. Miles Bradley goes wide to the right. Here's the season for the Tigers. Brock Hill.
Just throw it. He does.
And it's incomplete, and that will do it. The Tigers see their season come to an end with a 13-10 loss to Padua Franciscan. We'll be back to wrap it up after this. You're watching high school playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Welcome to the local Project Pro postgame show. I am Brian Harder along with Bruce Wyrick, and the Tigers of Mansfield Senior fall in Week 12, 13-10. And this was just, we have seen the Tigers a lot this season, and their offense has been explosive, and they've been able to make big plays. Tonight, they could not get anything going, and that's not an exaggeration. They struggled offensively against a very good defensive team of Padua Franciscan.
You know, you talk about young players, and you talked about at the beginning of the game, they've really matured, but the big problem for the Tigers was that pass rush. They were relentless. They had pressure on Brock Hill all night long. They forced him to do things that he's uncharacteristic in doing, and there were times when he never had a chance to look downfield and somebody wasn't in his face.
246 yards of total offense for the Bruins, and the Tigers' defense finally met their match in Marquise Hall.
Yeah, and he's a good back. Did a great job tonight, but take a look at that offensive line they have in front of him. He had some seams. They had some openings for him. And what Padua did, you know, if their quarterback wasn't working, they took the quarterback out. They ran the Wildcat formation, gave him the ball, and, hey, they put the game on his shoulders, and he came through for him tonight.
Brock Hill had an outstanding senior season. We really can't take anything away from him because he was under duress all night long.
Yeah, in the NFL, you watch the pro games, they talk about knockdowns and rushes. He was rushed and he was knocked down on every pass he threw. Somebody was hitting him. And when you have a 250-pound lineman hitting you after you throw the ball, you know, people don't think much about that, but after a while, that wears on your body.
4 penalties for Mansfield Senior, 3 for Padua Franciscan. It was a relatively clean ball game. The turnovers, though, the Tigers' defense, especially in the first half, they were able to force some turnovers, and they kept that 10-0 lead, but there was just something. The Tigers kept getting the ball in a short field, and they just could not punch it in, and there was that feeling that that could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, when they had 1st and goal after the fumble, and we were down here on the field, and you and I both said it, this is it. They could close it right here. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line, and the Tigers couldn't get it in. And I thought that's what started the momentum change. You could feel it in the stands. As you stated earlier, you could hear a pin drop on the Tiger sideline, and on the Padua side, everybody was up. The place was rocking.
We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our Tritico Sign Company Player of the Game. You're watching high school playoff football live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Whitaker-Myers Group has been a local trusted advisor since 1869, serving families in Ashland, Richland, and Wayne counties. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. With offices in Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, Columbus, and South Carolina, we have advisors that are ready to help you begin your journey to financial success. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Time now for our Tritico Sign Company Player of the Game, Marquise Hall, the running back for Padua Franciscan. 28 carries, 147 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You guys come up with the big win coming down here on the road to take over Mansfield Senior. And then talked to you right before we went on the air. Holy Name won, so you guys get a rematch. Talk about the fact that you guys played them in week 1. How different are you guys now than you were back then?
We were just coming in with a lot of sophomores. We don't have seniors for real, and mostly everybody was unexperienced. And throughout the games that we played, they got more experience, including me, and now we just a better team.
Then you guys, after you lost that game, you went on a bit of a winning streak, and it looked like you guys, there was a lot of maturation between that first week and then now. What was it like coming on the road to take on a team like Mansfield Senior?
We just came out here to handle business. We knew they was going to be a good team. Coach told us all about them, and we just came out here to take the dub. That was our goal.
Now, this is the first time, obviously, that we've watched you run, and I have to say, you played an outstanding ball game, but your defense also took away an offense from Mansfield Senior that had a lot of explosiveness. Just talk about your defense and what they were able to do.
Our defense came clutch. They always come clutch for us, especially when our offense not all the way up to speed. So they just held it down like always.
Well, and as we look at your roster and we saw all the sophomores and freshmen, especially on the offensive side of the ball, you guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with over the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the big win, and good luck next week against Holy Name.
Thank you.
Marquise Hall, the running back for Padua Franciscan, 28 carries, 147 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Congratulations from him. We'll get the coach back in here and get some final thoughts from him as we wrap this one up here tonight, as Padua comes up with a big win over Mansfield Senior. There, now we had Marquise Hall, and a rather soft-spoken, quiet young man, but his actions tonight really spoke louder than his words.
And, I love the way the man runs. And there were times out here he would slice through there. He followed his blockers. He ran like he knew where he was going. And his offensive line did a great job for him tonight. But as you stated earlier in the interview, that Padua defense, they set the tone for the ball game, and they never took the pressure off.
Well, and obviously, and he brought this up, the first time they played Holy Name, yes, they were freshmen and sophomores, and that's what they are now, but that was a new environment for them, and they've had a whole season to kind of grow up, and they have obviously performed at a very high level.
And it was a great game, and you hate to see the Tigers lose like that, but you got to take your hats off to Padua. They came in with a game plan, and they never, ever changed.
So Shelby and Ottawa, there we take a look at the matchup now for next week. It's going to be number 5, Padua Franciscan, taking on number 8, Holy Name, and that's a rematch from week 1, and Holy Name won that game 20-0. So obviously now Padua Franciscan with an opportunity to go back and get a little bit of revenge from their first loss of the season.
And I don't think they're the same team.
Oh, I don't think they are either.
They showed they got a defense, and defense will take you into championships and the playoffs.
Now, we're going to give you some bonus coverage here coming up at the end of our post-game show. Shelby and Clyde are in overtime, so we're going to take you to that game. But for here, the win gives Padua their 9th win of the season, and they will advance to play Holy Name next Friday night. Mansfield Senior ends the season 9-3. The final score tonight, Padua Franciscan 13, Mansfield Senior 10. Our thanks to tonight's broadcast team. Our producer was Adam Thompson, and the fine cam work courtesy of Jory Hollenbeck and Storm Blunchley. But most of all, our thanks to John Davis for providing outstanding stats throughout the season and tonight as well. But most of all, again, our thanks to you for joining us. Once again, the final score from Arlen Field, Padua 13 and Mansfield Senior 10. You've been watching high school football live and free on the OH Report, powered by BS Media Productions, the future of local sports. For Bruce Wyrick, I'm Brian Harder. So long from Arlen Field.